हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज की वीडियो में हम सीखेंगे क्लास 11 इंग्लिश चैप्टर 1 के सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस और उनके आंसर्स जो एग्जाम में अक्सर आते हैं।
So first question is, who wrote the portrait of a lady? Answer, Khushwant Singh wrote the portrait of a lady. Second question, who is the lady in the story? The lady is the author's grandmother. Next question, where did the author live with his grandmother? The author lived with his grandmother in a village. Who took the author to school in the village? His grandmother took him to school. What was the grandmother always seen doing? The grandmother was always seen telling her birds and praying. Which birds did the grandmother feed? The grandmother fed the sparrows. Who is the lady referred to in the story? The lady refers to the author's grandmother. नेक्स्ट 2-3 मार्क्स का आंसर मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है एग्जाम के लिए। सो आई होप आप सबको ये लिख के एग्जाम में कॉमन मिले। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, डिस्क्राइब द ग्रैंड मदर्स अपीयरेंस। द ग्रैंड मदर वाज शॉर्ट, फैट एंड स्लाइटली बेंट. हर फेस वाज फुल wrinkles and she wore white clothes. She looked very old and peaceful. Next questions, how did the grandmother help the author in his childhood? She woke him up, said her prayers, helped him get ready for school, and taught him moral values and prayers. Next questions, why did the grandmother accompany the author to school? She went with him because the school was attached to a temple and she liked religious surroundings. What made the grandmother unhappy in the school? There was no religious teaching in the city school, which made her unhappy. Next, how did the grandmother help the author in his studies? The grandmother helped the author by teaching him prayers and moral lessons. She went with him to the temple school where she read religious books. Next, why did the grandmother dislike the city? The grandmother disliked the city school because there was no religious teaching and students were taught science, music and English which she did not understand. Next questions, why did the grandmother dislike music lessons? She believed that music was associated with beggars and prostitutes and was not suitable for respectable people. How did the grandmother help the author during his childhood? The grandmother played an important role in the author's childhood. She woke him up every morning and helped him get ready for school. She taught him prayers and moral values. She accompanied him to the temple school and guided him with love and care. Next, why was the grandmother unhappy with the city education system? The grandmother was unhappy with city education because there was no religious teaching. Students were taught science, English and music, which she did not understand. She believed that education should include moral and religious values. Why did the grandmother dislike music lessons? The grandmother disliked music lessons because she believed that music was meant for beggars and prostitutes. She thought it was not suitable for respectable people. Therefore, she disapproved of music being taught in schools. Describe the relationship between the author and his grandmother in the village. It is most important question, so hope आप सब लोगों को वो क्वेश्चंस अच्छे से याद रहे एग्जाम पे। इन द विलेज द ऑथर शेयर्ड ए वेरी क्लोज एंड लविंग रिलेशनशिप with his grandmother. She took care of him like a mother. She woke him up every morning, helped him get ready, and accompanied him to the temple school. She taught him prayers and moral lessons. They spent most of their time together, which created a strong emotional bond between them. Next questions. What changes come in the grandmother's life after moving to the city? After moving to the city, the grandmother's life changed completely. She became lonely as the author became busy with his studies. They no longer shared the same room. She disliked the modern education system as it had no religious teaching. Her only happiness was praying and feeding the sparrows in the courtyard. Describe the character of the grandmother. The grandmother was a simple, religious, and disciplined woman. She had deep faith in God and spent most of her time praying. She loved the author very much and had devoted her life to taking care of him during his childhood. Though she disliked modern education, she never complained openly. She lived a peaceful life and accepted death calmly, which shows her strong faith and strong character. Describe the grandmother's death and the reaction of the sparrows. The grandmother fell seriously ill and realized that her end was near. She stopped praying and remained silent. She died peacefully without fear or pain. After her death, the sparrows gathered around her dead body. They did not eat anything and sat quietly, showing their silent mourning and deep respect for the grandmother. Next, justify the title, The Portrait of a Lady. The title, The Portrait of a Lady, is appropriate because the story presents a clear and detailed pictures of the grandmother's life, appearance, habits, and values. The author describes her character so beautifully that it seems like a portrait drawn with words. Her simplicity, love, faith, and discipline make the title meaningful and suitable.
वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें।